What's up, everybody? Jim Cirile, Tanya Klein here from Coverage Inc., the leader in screenplay analysis, development, and editing services since 2002. Hello, Tanya. Happy Sunday.
Happy Sunday. How are you?
Hey, doing pretty good. Doing pretty good. So what's going on? What are we talking about?
Well, you did it. You have your manager. The next important part is to keep your manager, to keep your representation. So here are things that you should not be doing.
All right, lay it on, Tanya. What have you got?
Bothering them too often. The last thing a manager wants is, somebody who constantly calls or emails saying, "Hey, I haven't heard from you in 3 days. What's been happening?" Or, "Have you sent out the script? Have you heard anything back from the producer yet?" Or, "Hey, why haven't you been in touch?" I mean, don't do that.
It's we're writers. We're neurotic messes. It kind of goes along with it. How can you not do that when you're so eager to get your career going, to get your material out there, and you finally have a representative? It's like somebody who's going to work for you, somebody who's going to represent you, somebody who's going to be yeah.
Yeah, do not do that. All right. And yeah, that also comes back to being a bit of a neurotic writer. Your manager will have notes on your script. That's their job, to give you notes, and you will get notes. And then very often writer ego kicks in and you're like, "No, my script is perfect as it is. How dare you? How dare you? Don't do that."
Oh yeah. Okay.
Yeah, don't do that. Listen, take notes, implement the notes.
Yeah, we've said this in other videos. It's the whole "thank you, sir, may I have another" mindset, Animal House. Whoosh, "Thank you, sir, may I have another." Look, nobody wants to get notes, right? We all just want to hear your script is perfect. I love it. Don't touch a word. I'm going to send it out just as it is to 100 producers. And that's what we want to hear. The reality is, any rep who you sign with or are hip pocketed with, they're going to have notes, because the script, even if it's great, it may still have areas that could be shored up a little bit, things that could use a little bit more TLC. Happens all the time. Look, we've been doing this for 24 years, running Coverage Inc. I don't think I have ever seen a script come in the tens of thousands that we've seen that was deemed perfect. Do not change a word. So, but we're all writers. We all have egos, right? And so our first reaction is always going to be, "Oh, thanks. That's a great idea. How can I get away with not doing any of that?" Right? But you have to really sort of welcome the fact that when you are represented, that person is now on your team. You have to work with that person, and you'd better listen to what they have to say if you want them to work for you.
Exactly, because also remember that your manager has insights into the industry that you may not have. Also remember that your manager knows what they're looking for, and your manager has a lot of experience in looking at scripts and knowing what they need to be and what sells and what doesn't sell. So yes, do trust their expertise. And, of course, having said that, sometimes, first of all, yes, you should absolutely consider every single note you get, always. And sometimes, think about the note for a week or two before you just dismiss it out of hand, always. But having said that, sometimes you get a truly terrible note.
Yeah.
Your response to the truly terrible note will be, "Oh, great, thank you. I'll absolutely think about it. Thank you."
Yeah, and try to find some way to make it work however you can in the least destructive way possible if it is a terrible note. You always want your managers to feel like they have skin in the game. And if you just blow off their note completely, they're not going to feel that. But even if you just take the gist of their note and don't do exactly what they said, but sort of like, the note within the note was what you were saying here was, in this scene, we need more of Larry. So what I did was blah, blah, blah. And then the manager will at least think, "Oh, okay, they heard me."
So
What
on
else?
to the next item. Don't push your representation to send things out that they do not deem ready to be sent out. Don't
Right.
do that.
Or if it's already been sent out to a certain level and you're pushing them to send it to more people and you're getting some resistance from your representative. This happens all the time. I've done it. Honestly, I've done it. Reps hate it. Here's the thing that they will never tell you. If they have a lot of confidence in your script, they will proactively find people to send it to, places to push it out to. And when they lose interest in the script for whatever reason, the feedback's not so great, or they're too busy, or there's a competing project out there, or whatever the reason is, they will stop working so hard on that script and they'll tell you something like, hey, I took a shot with it. Maybe something will come up down the line. We'll keep our ears to the ground for somebody looking for something like this. But I think right now, let's move on and focus on something else. That's your cue that the rep is done with this piece of material. That's all they're going to do. Now, they will tell you, and I've had this said to me, look, you're the client, you're the boss. If you want us to send this project out to so-and-so, we'll do it, right? That's what we call bullshit, right? What the reality is, they're just telling you that. That's a little bit of smoke being blown up your keister, right? But the reality is they will give you every excuse in the world once you do tell them, hey, how about so-and-so producer? You didn't send it there yet. Why they don't want to or don't think it's a good idea to send your script to that person. So read the room. And when the manager or agent doesn't want to go any further with a script, that's your cue. Hey, okay, great. I got this other piece of material.
Exactly. And that brings us to the next item on the list. You got to be a team player. I mean, just be a team player. Don't be some sort of neurotic, narcissistic mess that, stomps their foot and goes, I mean, look, people will want to work with you if you are a team player. They will run the other way if you are not. And that can take many forms. For example, if your manager sends you out to talk to a producer about some idea or a script they're working on, and you're acting like an ass, and the feedback they're getting is, oh, well, this person acted like an ass.
Yeah, or even not necessarily that extreme, but even if you're just you're just not super cooperative or not responsive to that person's ideas, anything like that, all of that feedback gets back to the manager. Right. So what they want is somebody who, again, thank you, sir, may I have another, right? It's like, hey, that's a great idea. I'd love to work with you on that. I'd love to develop it with you. You need to build relationships with as many people as possible because you never know where work is going to potentially come from. And once your manager or agent starts getting feedback, because they always make that phone call like, oh, so how'd it go with my client? All right. And if the feedback is, well, I didn't get the impression this person really was interested or, anything like that, your agent is going, that is a huge ding against you.
Yeah. Basically, the feedback they want to get is, oh, yeah, that was awesome. We had such a productive meeting. It was great. Would love to work with this person.
Yep. Right. And this could be even if, like, let's say, none of your pitches land, right? You're shooting blanks, right? It doesn't go well. But if you're personable and and you just have a good vibe, good energy about you, you'll still create a positive impression. That's the key thing.
Essentially, it comes down to this. This business runs on relationships. And so you cannot be an asshole. I mean, you can be an asshole once you're a mega director. Many of them are. So, hey, once you achieve a certain, success, feel free to be more of an asshole. But of course, you're going to meet all the people on the way down again. So maybe not. But
don't do it.
But yeah, so this business runs on relationships.
Drum roll. This is number one.
Oh,
this is the most common way that writers destroy themselves with a rep.
Not writing. I mean, I don't understand it. You're a writer, right? But so often what happens is that simply managers are sitting and waiting and waiting and waiting for new material that they can sell, and none is forthcoming.
Yeah. Look, we all have lives, we all have families, we all have obligations, day jobs, commitments, whatever, a million things pulling at our lives. Everybody knows that, everybody understands that, and managers and agents don't give a shit. What they want is 2 new pieces of material per year. And if you're giving them excuses, well, they'll abide by that for a period of time, a couple of months, whatever. They'll give you that time. But a year goes by and you haven't delivered anything new, it's not looking so good for you,
Yeah.
right? They want idea machines. They want people who are productive. If you're not generating that material, their agent brain or their manager brain says, how am I going to monetize this person over the next 5 or 10 years? How am I going to make money when a year has gone by and they haven't given me anything new? And by the way, it doesn't matter if you've got 5 scripts that you've sent them already, because in their minds, those are old. Nobody wants to shop anything that's old. Doesn't matter if the idea is still great or perfectly viable. It's not shiny, it's not new, and you didn't develop it with them.
Yeah.
And that is key.
So yeah, write, write, write.
Don't stop writing. And look, the best thing you can do is say to your manager, hey, I've got these ideas. Let me run a few by you. And so we can figure out what I should, what I should write next. And your manager will say, okay, great. And then whatever is the one that your manager responds to the most, make sure they feel heard. Listen to their comments, listen to their feedback, develop it with them as much as they are willing to do with you. If they give you pages of notes, damn well pay attention and incorporate their ideas, because once again, that gives them skin in the game.
Exactly.
They work that much harder for you.
And if you have any questions about any of the above, you can reach us at info@coverageinc.com.
Thanks for watching, folks. Smash that like button, please subscribe, and we will see you in the next video.